trade. We talked about NAFTA. We talked about a separate deal, just Mexico and the United States. We had a lot of good.
The cost is not going to be as large as some people think. We're talking about essentially tariffs of 10 to 25% on perhaps 50 to $100 billion worth of imports. That's a tiny fraction of the overall U.S. economy, less than 1/10 of 1%. There'll be a lot of individual disruptions, a lot of workers laid off, but an economy that's gaining 200 to 250,000 jobs a month, that will be noise. It will be lost in the overall growth of the economy, and that's one way in which Trump has gotten lucky in this case. The fundamental problem we face today in international trade is that the value of a dollar is too high. It needs to fall by 25 or 30%. Unfortunately, the Trump administration has yet to address that problem. I think that would be the key to eliminating a trade deficit and rebuilding U.S. manufacturing. Unfortunately, we have not gone in that direction yet. I think actually the bigger threat to farmers is that the U.S. dollar is rising in value, and that makes U.S. exports, especially of commodity products like soybeans, under increasing downward price pressure. And that's what farmers really are worried about and what they talk about every day. We could begin to absorb more and more borrowed money coming from the rest of the world to pay for our growing budget deficits. And that looks a lot like what happened in 2005 and 6 and 7 when massive increases in borrowings ultimately led to the housing crisis and the stock market collapse that caused the Great Recession. So I think that's the bigger risk in the economy right now. And in part, I think it reflects a negative response to Trump's bullying of other countries. He announces he's going to single-handedly impose these tariffs. He has not been particularly good at negotiating solutions to these problems. I think if he had approached the problem and said, we need to have a cooperative solution to deal with unfairly traded steel and aluminum, he might have gotten a different response.